Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Kuttigadas, a podcast where we bring you enchanting stories from Hindu culture, Indian folklore, and timeless parables filled with magic, adventure, and life lessons. Are you ready for today's tale? Let's begin. Before we start today's tale, let's start off with 3 ohms. Take a deep breath in, and when you exhale, say Om for as long as you can. Kollur Mookambika Temple. It is hard to describe the peace and magic you feel when you walk into a temple. The smell of the agarbatti, jasmine flowers in the air, the cool stone under your bare feet, and the sounds of the temple bells wrap around you like a big hug. Temples aren't just a place of worship, but rather they are sanctuaries where the divine meets every day. Every stone and carving tell a legend of faith and echoes the devotion of generations past. In the series Temple Tales, we'll explore stories of some of the most beloved temples, including how they came to be and the deities that people flock to worship. Did you know there's a temple in India where the idol is worshipped as all 3 Devis, Durga, Lakshmi, and Saraswati? How did this come to be? This is the story of the Kollur Mookambika Temple. Long ago, the great philosopher and saint Sri Adi Shankaracharya walked across India restoring temples and teaching people about faith. One day, he entered the deep forest near the Western Ghats. The air felt different, still, powerful, sacred. Shankaracharya paused. "This place, it is different and divine," he whispered. He sat beneath a tree and closed his eyes in meditation. Time passed when suddenly a bright light filled the forest. From that light emerged the divine Devi, radiant, compassionate, and powerful. Sri Adi Shankaracharya did namaskaram. "Devi, is it truly you?" The goddess smiled. "Yes, Shankaracharya, I dwell here as pure Shakti. But people cannot worship energy they cannot see. They need a form, a place, a temple." Shankaracharya folded his hands. "Devi, come with me to a sacred land in Kerala, where countless devotees can find you." The goddess agreed, but her voice turned gentle and firm. "I will follow you, Shankaracharya, wherever you go. But I have a condition. You must not look back. If you turn around, I will stay where I stand." "Oh dear, another condition!" But Sri Adi Shankaracharya was not stressed. He had faith and nodded. "Of course, Devi." He began walking, chanting softly. Behind him he heard the delicate sounds of anklets. Devi was following. Through hills and forests he walked. Hours passed when finally he passed the Soparnika River. As the river flowed, it became harder to hear the anklets. Then suddenly, the sound stopped. Shankaracharya's heart raced. "Devi, are you still there?" Silence. He thought it must be because the water was loud, but then he started to think, what if something happened? What if she got lost or hurt? All the while forgetting she is Shakti herself. Overcome with concern, he forgot her words and turned around. And there she stood, glowing, serene, in Kollur, Karnataka. The goddess spoke gently. "Then this is where I shall stay." Shankaracharya bowed deeply. Devi, forgive me. The world needs your wisdom, and this was not where I intended for you to stay. She replied, I am present here as Durga, Lakshmi, and Saraswati. Strength, prosperity, and knowledge together. Those who come here with devotion will receive all three. Following her guidance, Sri Adi Shankaracharya consecrated the idol and installed the powerful Sri Chakra, making the temple a center of divine energy. And so the Mookambika Temple of Kollur was born. There are a few beautiful traditions that make the Mookambika Temple truly special. At the heart of the temple is not just an idol, but a Swayambhalingam, a self-manifested form of this divine energy. This lingam is believed to hold the presence of both Lord Shiva and Shakti, symbolizing pure cosmic balance. Running through the lingam is a mysterious golden line known as the Swarnareka, the golden line. Devotees believe this line marks the divine union of energies. On one side, Lord Shiva, and on the other, Goddess Parvati. Not only that, because Goddess Saraswati's presence is strong here, the temple is one of the most important places for Vidyarambham, the sacred beginning of learning. On auspicious days, especially during Navratri, families bring young children, and a priest or elder gently guides the child's finger to write their very first letters, often in rice, symbolizing abundance and growth. So, what is the moral of this story? In this story, Sri Adi Shankaracharya wanted to choose the place and even had a plan in his mind. But Devi had another idea altogether and chose where she wanted to bless the most people. Sometimes our plans do not work out, but God will guide us to make things happen greater than we could ever imagine. Thank you for joining us today. Don't forget to share this story with your friends and subscribe to our channel. As always, keep learning and keep smiling. Hari Sharanam.